BNP Paribas, partenaire des plus belles histoires de Roland-Garros, aux côtés des ramasseurs de balles depuis plus de 50 ans.
Yes, I'm very happy. Took some time off, a couple of days. I'm very happy to be here, and yeah, obviously, Grand Slams are always different. So we try to prepare. The opponent I know for the first round match, so we try to understand what's working on these courts and whatnot. And yeah, I'm just very happy to be here.
Let's start with Indy. Those two in the middle. Yeah. Microphone.
Hi, we're both from Danish media. I saw some pictures of you walking around in Copenhagen with a girl this week. I just wondered what you were doing in Copenhagen and who the girl was.
No, it was no girl. It was I had to just some business, some couple of photo shootings there, and that's it. Nothing else.
Just following up on that, just wanted to know, what do you think about Copenhagen? Obviously, a big thing in Denmark that the best player in the world were coming to Denmark.
Well, it's I've been there many years ago. I played a junior tournament there. It was in winter, and now, you know, visiting, it was nice. I really love the city. It's a very calm city, which I love. I was there only one day, so I didn't see so much because I had to do some stuff and a lot of pictures. So, but all the rest, it was amazing. It was a very nice experience, and yeah, you have everything. You have nice parks, you know, where you realize you're not even in a big city, and then you go out and you have everything. So it's yeah, it was very nice.
Jannik, could I ask you about the meeting between some top 10 players in the Grand Slams yesterday? Were you there, and what is it that you're hoping to achieve, and what sort of response are you hoping for from the Grand Slams?
I don't want to give any answer on that. We've been some players there, talking with the Grand Slams, trying to understand a couple of things, but I won't give any information.
I just wondered how you felt physically after first tournament back in a little while, and how you're then going to kind of step up the preparations to get ready for playing best of 5 after a long time out.
It's going to be different. I felt in Rome that we've had some stats from that tournament where some were good, some were not there where I want to be, and this exactly was the stats were exactly how I felt on court. So there is a lot of room to improve. Hopefully we are on time to make small changes for here. There are no miracles, no. I need some time. I need to. Matches are different than practice sessions. But yeah, we are working hard, trying to reach the physical level I would like to, and how I would like to feel on court. Of course, it pops into, you know, also the tennis part, which is a little bit different. But you know, best of 5 is going to be a great test for me, trying to understand where I am, and yeah, let's see how my body will respond here.
Were those stats physical things that you mentioned?
Yeah, and also a couple tennis-wise. You know, comparing the speed and then the spin, also of how fast I'm running, and then the acceleration, and you know, this kind of stats. So yeah.
Hello, Jannik. And do you feel the tournament in Rome can give you some confidence to succeed in Paris?
Let's see. For sure, it was great after 3 months coming back, making final of. It was my first big final on clay, which is not to underrate, because you know we worked a lot for that, but also it was a great feeling to be part of this final. We've seen a couple of things where I can improve, and the Grand Slams are just different. You know, you have to be mentally ready, physically too. Trying to use the right energy. It's all about being consistent and solid. Yeah, let's see if I can do that.
Hi, Jannik. Yeah. May I ask you about your YouTube channel? I'm very curious about why you decided to start one? What do you get from it, and how do you? Because it's, I mean, you get some feedback from people, and sometimes the players they prefer being in their bubbles. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I feel like we are tennis player, and that's our. It always has our priority, you know. But in the other way, I feel like the fans don't know how I am as a person. I'm very serious on court, but off court, I'm, you know, I like to joke around. I like to laugh. I like to smile. So, you know, trying to and that people understand that I'm not like the machine, you know. I'm not. I'm just a normal person, like anyone else, and yeah. So we started this channel. Then we're gonna post a couple of funny clips at times. Also that you see. Also maybe the backstage of how we prepare some tournaments. That it's that we invest a lot of time, you know, to be in these levels where we play. So yeah, for me that was very important.
Hi, Jannik. Those stats you mentioned looking at after Rome, is that something you always are monitoring, those numbers with your coaches or maybe on your own? And how helpful do you find those kinds of numbers, or do you prefer when you're on a court to just play with feel?
No, when we play on court, we tennis player, we always like to play with what we feel, no? Because we don't have second choices when we step on court. There are some days where you feel good, some days where you don't feel that well, but you always have to try to find a solution. For me, these stats were very important because I missed all my feedback, you know, in 3 months. I don't know exactly how I was playing, if the shots were on the right pace or not, if I'm moving well or not, many things, no? So we took one of the first matches in Monaco last year because that was the first clay tournament, and then we took the stats from this first tournament on clay again, you know, trying to understand where I am, and yeah, now we have a big picture. We know where we have to work on, which was very useful. As I said, the goal there was to win a couple of matches. I ended up in the final, which is a huge extra for me, and hopefully this can give me then some confidence for here in Paris.
Hi. One of the big moments of the tournament will be the ceremony for Nadal. Can you tell us why he was so strong in clay, on clay?
I think we all know the answer, no? There is not so much to say. Most successful player on this surface, without a doubt. Moving incredibly well on the clay. His positioning on court, amazing. Using a lot of spin, physical shape, always perfect. So there are many things together, you know, and but mostly the mental strength, you know, he had, trying to understand every situation on the court. He's the player who knows here the center court better than anyone else, and he deserves an amazing ceremony. But not only because of the player he is, but also how he behaved on court. He gave us so many things, especially for our generation and even younger, where we looked up to. And being humble and then being a successful tennis player, he showed that this is possible. And yeah, I was lucky to know him a little bit better. I made, you know, a lot of practice sessions with him, and he is exactly how you guys see him. No, he's not faking anything. He is amazing. So yeah, a role model for all of us. I think we all have to be very lucky to be in this era here, no? To see this Rafa with Roger and Novak. It's amazing. No, I feel very fortunate to be here.
Last one. Hi, Jannik. You get to come back from your suspension in Rome in front of a very positive, supportive crowd, and I'm wondering how you think it's going to be here in Paris with the crowd, especially because you're playing French players in the first round and definitely the second round if you make a second round. So how do you think it's going to be in front of a different sort of atmosphere than you had at home?
It's definitely going to be different. I know that. but I don't think they have something against me. No, it's right that they support the players who are from here, who are local here. It's the same when I play against American player in U.S. Open. So it's normal. You know, I got some amazing atmosphere in Rome because I'm Italian, and it's right that the player who play in this city or country that they got more support. So I know that. Last year I played also against some French players here, so I know a little bit what to expect. Different moment because whatever happened. So let's see. I cannot answer you that question.